Today, on Be Something Wonderful, the secret of the excluded middle to having it all. I am your host, Tom Kieran, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, welcome back. Had a great session yesterday, and this client brought up the idea that I've talked about in previous videos quite a bit of waiting. That waiting is resistance. That waiting for your manifestation waiting is creating, right? That waiting is a state of being and just creates a reality of waiting for things, but never reaching them. Do you hear this? Always keeping what you want just out of reach. And so we talked about that, and she goes, well, what about Scripture, where Scripture talks about patience and that, and that love is patience and all that? Well, guys, I really want to talk about that, because we're not talking about patience as in tolerating our current reality that we don't want until our new reality is manifested, or tolerating circumstances, conditions until we get what we want. That's a 3D personality, right? A physical world interpretation of patience. So we're going to hit this today like we never have before. The first thing I want to say, and this really goes on to our video where we talked about, and I think it's on the membership channel, where we talked about assumption. That assumption equals manifestation. Right? Remember, we're going to talk again about the secret of the excluded middle. That the middle's excluded. When you make an assumption, this is the power of the law of assumption. When you make an assumption, a truth within, right? You're claiming it as truth. It is a manifestation. It's a manifestation within, and it will manifest without, but they are the same. There is no middle. This is the secret of the excluded middle. Waiting is creating. Waiting is resistance. Waiting is a state of being, a state of lack, a state of not having. It implies that you're trapped in linear time, in this illusion that there is a future and a past. Remember, it's all happening right now. Love is patient. This is what the client was pointing to in Corinthians. Love is patient. Well, it's not about accepting or tolerating the unwanted and undesired until something changes. Rather, what does it mean? What does patience really mean? What is Scripture pointing at? It means recognizing the internal patience of God, the peace that surpasses all understanding. God is patient because God doesn't wait for anything. God has it all. You have it all. You only need patience when you think you don't have it all, when you have to wait for something, right? You are complete. Let's hit this. Divine patience is about peace and poise within, despite the perceived outer conditions in the 3D world around you, right? That's why Jesus said, judge not according to appearances. Right? Remember, divine patience seeks nothing except what it already has. It recognizes it lacks nothing. It knows, right? It knows that seeking equals receiving, right? It knows that what comes from God, all that is, remains with God. Hear that. The ideas never leave the source. It never left God. Right? So it's nothing's apart from God. Giving is receiving. Its patience is the conviction. Right? Its patience is the conviction within. The physical world, the manifested 3D, is an effect, not evidence or proof of all that is, of all that isness. I wanted to hit this. This is a great point. Patience is its conviction. Right? God, that peace within you, that power within you. Patience is its conviction within. The physical world, the manifested world, is an effect. And it's not evidence or proof of your all that isness. Hear this. It's not proof. The physical world's not proof. Your manifested desires are not proof of the evidence, not proof of your all that isness. You are proof. It's within you. This is big. Then you stop looking for it. You stop waiting for it. Right? Patience inspired by love brings the immediate manifestation of fulfillment within. It's immediate. Patience is immediate manifestation. It's immediate fulfillment. It's the opposite of waiting. Waiting is creating a state where your good, what you want, what you desire, is always just out of reach in an imaginary future, right? If creation is finished, as Neville Goddard and all the spiritual greats say, what you desire exists right now. Therefore, waiting makes no sense. This is big. If creation is finished, what you desire exists right now. Therefore, waiting makes no sense. Remember, we talked about time, not as a river going from the past to the present to the future. The past has no connection to the present because there is no past. It's all happening right now. It's a lake of infinity, and you're in the middle of it. You're the center of it all. And as you think, feel, and believe, you're sending out ripples of motion with your thoughts, with your feelings, with your beliefs, with your assumptions. That's how creation works. That motion, those waves are all one, but they're creating the motion or the experience of creation, your life experience, right? Waiting is an assumption that the present moment of the eternal now is somehow not good enough. That's what waiting implies. Waiting implies that somehow, right now, this present moment is not good enough. When really the present is all there is. That's where God is. That's where divinity is. That's where everything you want is in the present moment. So when you deem it not good enough by creating resistance of waiting and wanting and craving, that deems the present moment not good enough. That separates you from all you want. You're now pointing in the other direction, in the opposite direction of all that you want. So remember, the secret of the excluded middle. Everything must either be or not be. There's no other alternative or middle course. I love this. Assumption equals manifestation, right? I am the beginning and the end. I am the Alpha and the Omega. I'm the first and last. This is what Jesus was pointing to. His ways are mysterious. That's what it all is getting to. Waiting implies there's a middle, and it can't be while you're waiting for it. Waiting implies there's some middle, right? And it can't happen. It can't be while you're waiting for it. You can't manifest what you're waiting for. Do you hear this? You can't, because you're waiting for it. You're in a state of being of waiting. You're implying by waiting that it both is and is not at the same time. Do you hear this? I know I said that twice. You're implying that by waiting for your manifestation, that it both is and isn't at the same time. And so it can't be. What is it? Is or isn't it? And it is, therefore you wouldn't be waiting. Bigger meaning of the excluded middle is there's no separation between you and your desires. That's the bigger meaning. There's no separation between you and your desires. But there's even a bigger meaning. Even bigger than that, the great I am, all that is. That one source, that one God, that one energy, that one love is equal to your I am individuality. You're one with that. You're an individualized center of that consciousness. And where some of God is, all of God is. God does not divide itself up. That whole cannot be divided. It's united. A house can't be divided against itself, right? The middle is the I am personality or the ego. That's the secret of the excluded middle. You want to exclude the personality, right? With the thoughts of separation, me and them, me and what I want, me and what I desire. Right? The secret is that the middle is fictitious and illusionary, right? So to exclude the middle is not to lose your individuality in your personal expression of that great I am. Hear this. So to exclude the middle is not to lose your individuality in your personal expression of that great I am. That's how we express that great I am, through you, through me, through all the infinite individualized conscious centers of this great I am. But now to consciously, what is it for? To consciously live, to consciously move, to consciously have your being in all that is in God. From Scripture, from Romans, right? We live, we move, and have our being. We live, we move, and we exist in Him. In what? In all that is. It's to consciously do that. That's what excluding the middle really means. So this comes from the Arcane Teaching by William Walker Atkinson. By excluding the middle or personality, it is not meant that the individual should cease using his personal instruments of expression and life. Right? You couldn't if you tried, right? So you're not supposed to, it's not about that you shouldn't stop using them. Rather, he only then begins to use them. By recognizing this, By excluding the middle consciously, you're now recognizing your individuality and your oneness, the paradox at the same time. In other words, instead of the middle or your personality having its way with you, in other words, instead of the personality or the ego or the 3D or that middle using you, you're using it consciously, right? You first learn you are I am, unchanged without the personality. It's rising to that higher knowing that you're one, you're unchanged with this personality, the 3D lower mind, the tendencies. Right, those 3D lower mind tendencies, that you are an I am, you are unchanged by those tendencies. Then you're free to use it rather than being used by it. Do you hear this? So you first learn you are I am and unchanged without the personality, those 3D lower mind tendencies. Then you are free to use it rather than being used by it. That's big. So what do we do? What could we do? I've been doing this. I'm calling it the excluded middle, the secret of the excluded middle meditation. Simple, as all of these are, right? The answer is always in the simplicity, right? And I just do an alpha state, a very relaxed state, breathing deeply and easily. Remember, your breaths represent the cosmic movement of the divine mind. They represent the cosmic movement of the cosmic pendulum of creation, in and out, right? Back and forth and around. That's what high tide, low tide. You are life. That's what the breathing represents, that one life. That's why all spiritual teachers talk about breathing, right, when you're meditating. Because it's life. That's what the divine mind is. That's all there is, life and more life, right? Meditate on and feel your rightful place as the center of the divine mind. A center, but the center. You're a center, but the paradox is you're the center, right? Because everything is one, right? And then feel the divine and cosmic movement within as you breathe. Feel the movement of that cosmic pendulum as you breathe, because you are the center of it, in and out, right? Meditate on and feel your unity with the one, right? Let the personality, the personal you fade. And then you're going to be meditating I am to I am. Your I am, your individual I am to the great I am. You're excluding the middle. That is the secret of the excluded middle to having it all. I am your host, Tom Karen, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification button, like and share our videos. That's how we get our message out. Follow us on Facebook at Be Something Wonderful. We have a group called the Be Something Wonderful Ambassadors as well. You can find us there at facebook.com/groups/Be Something Wonderful. That's an open group to all of you. And also you can join our Instagram and our Twitter at Tom Karen. We also have a membership channel that's designed to support Be Something Wonderful if you want to. And there's additional content. There's a link below where you can join that. Also, guys, for any information and more, just go to our website at tomkaren.com or besomethingwonderful.com. With great love, with great light, and infinite gratitude, this is Tom. See you soon, creators.